First up, let's talk about Disney. Because guess what? They're being sued for billions over Moana 2. Do tell. Do tell. What are we talking about? What's going on? So apparently, Disney has been hit with a copyright lawsuit alleging that the popular Moana franchise was lifted from a decades-old screenplay without the writer's consent. And now the writer is suing for $10 billion in a new copyright claim. So an animator is suing Disney for allegedly stealing his idea for Moana. The animator, Buck Woodall, his suit alleges that they stole many elements of his animated film project. His is called Bucky, a fraudulent enterprise that encompassed the theft, misappropriation, and extensive exploitation of Woodall's copyrighted materials. That's what the claims are listed as. So this animated feature that Buck created, called Bucky, which features a main character who encounters a tattooed demigod with a giant hook and a giant creature that's concealed within a mountain. That is definitely feeling a little Moana-ish. It's giving. It's giving allegedly stealing. Okay. So now, at the time, Marchik, who is now DreamWorks Animation's head of development for features, he asked for materials like production. So I guess Woodall was sharing details of his project with Marchik all the way back in 2003. So now he is accusing Marchik of using legal loopholes to pass on his materials to Disney. Oh my goodness. And he claims that he had a copyright protection for his Bucky materials back in 2004. And it was the copyright was updated to 2014. Wow. So check it out. Both of these movies are set in an ancient Polynesian village and follow teens who attempt to save their land and meet ancient spirits who manifest as animals. This is really sounding a lot like very similar. So the rooster and the pig companions, a quest to break a curse, as well as a whirlpool that leads to a portal. All of it comes from Bucky's screenplay. I mean, the screenplay Bucky. Wow. Now, here's the thing. I know some of you guys are like, all right, we're on Moana 2. And you just now saying this? Just now? But Woodall had previously tried to sue Disney over Moana. However, a U.S. District Judge Consuelo Marshall ruled in November of last year that he had tried to sue too late over the 2016 film, according to the Hollywood Reporter. Which I'm trying to figure out how that could have happened, because Moana wasn't no small film. It was pretty successful. It was like everywhere. I mean, he definitely heard about it, knew about it. Maybe it just took him that long to get his materials. Maybe he didn't believe he had a case and somebody convinced him that he has enough evidence. By the time he went and took it to court, they were like, it's too late. Now, with the recent release of Moana 2, which has already grossed $989.8 million worldwide, almost $1 billion. Woodall is taking further legal action and is seeking damages worth 2.5% of the gross revenue of Moana, which is equivalent to $10 billion. I mean, I knew Moana was successful. Okay, don't get me wrong. I knew it was a successful movie. I did not realize it had reached that pinnacle of success. And he is seeking an order banning further infringement of his copyrights. So if he's successful, no Moana 3, I'm guessing. Disney previously claimed that no one involved in Moana's development had seen the animator's materials. Okay, Disney. Sure. The first Moana film was released in 2016 and was an instant hit. Yeah, an instant hit. And last month, it was reported that 8 years after its release, the movie has become the most streamed movie of the past 5 years. Now, I'm not sure if they're talking specifically about Disney or overall, because that is wild. Moana has been viewed for a total of more than 1 billion hours, which amounts to one person sitting through the movie 775 million times. Or as the Wall Street Journal put it, watching Moana for 150,000 years straight. Now, that is quite a sentence. That is quite a sentence. I don't have the specifics. I can only go off what the article is telling me. But based on what the article is saying, I mean, I would love to actually get my hands on the original screenplay for Bucky. I may try to see if I can find it and read it and see how similar or dissimilar it is, because now I'm very interested in this. And if you guys recall, this is not like the first time Disney's been accused of lifting content. Remember Lion King? It was rumored that they had lifted the idea from the 1960s Japanese anime Kimba the White Lion. And for a second there, I was like, wait a minute. Kimba the Lion King? And then Simba the Lion King? Kimba, Simba. I'm like, y'all didn't even try to hide it. But upon further research, found out that Simba is actually the Swahili word for lion. So, not the connection I thought it was. And then Kimba, the story behind Kimba is it's a white lion, a son of a great Caesar, the white lion, king of the jungle. He has a goal that all the jungle animals should live in peace. Inspired by human civilization, he convinces all the carnivores to adopt vegetarian ways and strives to single-handedly change his whole culture. So I don't see a lot of similarities with that in The Lion King, other than the fact that when Simba ran away and he was taken in by Timon and Pumbaa, he ended up going vegetarian to survive, but he was not trying to convince his tribe to go to vegetarian. And it was never brought up again. Yes, so obviously Kimba the White Lion probably inspired the Lion King, but as far as like, stealing a lot of the story or the inspiration, I don't really see it in comparison what Kimba is about and what the Lion King with Simba is about. So it's and the Lion King follows more of the Hamlet, Shakespearean play, story beats, especially considering the vengeful, angry uncle, the killing of the brother, all those kind of fun things. All that to say that over on here, according to this article, the similarities of the story of Bucky and Moana are much more in line. And there might actually be a case here for copyright infringement. We will see if our man Buck Woodall gets his just desserts, revenge, whatever, justice, all the things. Wait, have you guys seen Moana 2? I have not seen it yet, but I heard that it's not as good as the first one, which it's whenever you have a really good first movie, it's very difficult to come up and come up with a sequel that even matches it. I can, off top of my head, sequels that have either been better than the first one or on the same level. Terminator 2, of course, Avi. Shrek 2. I think Shrek 2 did a good job of that. Puss in Boots: Last Wish. Yeah, I'm going to put it out there. I will get back to you on, you know what? Inside Out 2. I don't know if I'd call it better than the first one, but it's definitely on par. Despicable Me 2. Yeah. That was good. That's all I can think of right now, top of my head. Do you guys have any that you know of where the sequel was just as good or better than the first one? Let me know. Drop your comments. Let's talk about it. Let's see. Let's discuss. What did I miss? Who did I miss? Ocean's 11 I can't count that one because Ocean's 12 was not as good as Ocean's 11 at all. I've only seen it once because that's how much I didn't like it. But Ocean's 13? Oh, I've seen that more often than I've seen Ocean's 11. And I love both of them. But that's the third movie, not the second. So we'll see. Hey guys, I wanted to take a quick moment to ask you if you like what's happening, you like what you're hearing, you like this content from me. If you could just hit the like button. See how I did that? Like. Subscribe, the notification bell so that you can be up to date on all that's going on the channel. And if you're looking to dive deeper and get more from me, check out my Patreon, NXG Global Productions, where I do deeper dives and I release exclusive content, behind the scenes, updates, writing tips, all the good stuff. I'm also going to be teaching an Intro to Screenwriting online course on March the 1st. We are going to be talking about characters, story, dialogue, building scenes. This is for new writers, budding writers, people interested in writing, people who have already been writing, people who need a refresher. This class is going to cover everything. You don't want to miss out. All the details about the class are going to be in the captions in the comments. Plug over.